Well, down in the polls, but flying high in the air over South Carolina tonight. Definitely a unique way for this underdog candidate to get his message out. He has gone from enigmatic fringe candidate to a man who can pull millions off of the web in a single day. But what is this campaign really all about for Ron Paul? We talked to him today, and you might be surprised to hear the answer.
The big news of the day is that President Bush has come out and said that he wants a $140 to $145 billion economic stimulus package. Do you agree with his plan? What's your idea for preventing the United States from sliding into recession?
We need to cut taxes. I've been arguing that all along to have prevented this problem that we have. But you have to cut someplace. If you just, return taxes or stimulate the economy by spending, and you don't cut something, it increases the deficit.
Do you have a stimulus plan?
My stimulus plan is deregulate and de-tax.
But you can't do that immediately. Do you have a short term?
The most important thing is a negative, and that is let the market work. Get out of the way.
Congressman, in our new CNN poll, you're at 6%, which is about where you've been. You haven't risen much. You haven't dropped much. You may not have broad support, but what support you have is very intense. You have another one of those money bomb days coming up on January the 21st. How much do you think you'll raise?
I don't know, because I haven't been very good at predicting, because these aren't rich people. There are a lot of college kids and poor people. But I wouldn't be totally shocked if it wasn't quite as much. How do you keep breaking records? First 4 million, then 6 million. I don't think we can continue to do that.
You still have about $8 or $9 million in the bank. There's a lot of top-tier candidates who'd like to have that kind of cash. You'd like to win a state or two in this primary contest, but it seems to me that you don't have to win to stay in.
No, I think our people think we're winning all the time, because we're working in the sense that we're trying to reverse the course of history. And our job is a lot different than just winning an election. We're trying to reverse policies that have existed for over 100 years. Foreign policy, monetary policy, fiscal policy. And this is where we're winning.
Is it a safe statement to say it's unlikely that you'll win the nomination?
I think that is safe, but you still can't give up. You still are in the race, so you have to pursue it.
So if this isn't about you becoming the nominee, what is it about?
I think it's about me, and what I've done all my life is present a case for liberty and a case for the Constitution.
On the floor of the House of Representatives, on many issues, you are a lone voice in the wilderness. Would you like to, through this movement that you're building, bring in some like-minded members of Congress so that you have, inside the halls of Congress, a sort of Ron Paul coalition who could attack these issues? I'd
love it. And there are several starting to run now, and they're running, and they attach my name to it, the Ron Paul Republican, because it isn't that we don't support Republican principles. It's just that the Republican Party currently do not support these principles. I would be delighted, if we had a few allies there to have a real debate.
The fact that you and the principles that you support can beat people like Rudy Giuliani and Fred Thompson in the state of Michigan. You can beat Rudy Giuliani in Iowa. What does that say about the strength of this movement?
All of a sudden I thought, well, this is much bigger than my little effort. That is indeed time for it. But I think it's the conditions that are right. The message has been around, but all of a sudden more people are recognizing government doesn't work very well. And a lot of people are looking at, Social Security. Young people, do they want to pay Social Security for 50 years and get nothing? So they're recognizing this.
While he's trailing the pack in South Carolina, he could make an impressive showing in the Nevada caucuses, especially since as of Wednesday, he was the only Republican to buy television ads there. Now back to Anderson in New York.
Interesting discussion, John. Thanks. Let's talk about the rest.